Hello happy knitters, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about the long tail cast on. With this cast on, we start with a slip knot, and I actually have a separate video if you want to see how you create the slip knot. I'll put it in the link below in the comments area. We want to start by putting the slip knot on the needle, and it's actually important on the long tail cast on to put the slip knot on correctly. Basically the tail end is going to be on your left hand side, and the ball and the yarn coming from the ball is going to be on your right hand side. So basically what I like to do for the long tail cast on is I like to create what I call a slingshot. It kind of looks like a slingshot to me. Where you separate the yarn, one over the thumb and one over the forefinger, and you're going to take your needle and go underneath the yarn that's on the thumb and over the needle, over the yarn that's on the forefinger. And I'm going to slow down this video so you guys can see that done a little bit slower. So basically, once again, you take your needle and you go under the yarn that's on the thumb and over the yarn that is on your forefinger, and then you go through the middle and pull down and tighten up on your stitches. So while you guys are looking at the rest of the video, I just want to talk a little bit about the long tail cast on. It's different from the backwards cast on in the sense that you have to make sure that you have enough yarn to make sure that it makes up the number of stitches that the pattern calls for you to cast on. So for instance, if a pattern calls for 50 stitches, then you have to make sure that you've pulled enough yarn from the ball of your yarn to cover those 50 stitches. And so what I like to do as a trick of the trade is if a pattern calls for 50 stitches, I like to take the yarn and wrap it around the needles 50 times, plus give an extra little bit more beyond that, just to make sure that you have enough yarn to cover the needles. So that's a little bit of trick that I have learned over the years from knitting that can help you out in regards to making sure that you have enough yarn to cover the long tail cast on. And once you've done the long tail cast on a couple of times, it's actually pretty easy, and it is actually my go-to for cast ons for most of the patterns that I use. It just makes a nice edge, a little bit nicer edge than the backwards loop cast on, even though it's not quite as easy for beginners, but you know, practice makes perfect. So I encourage you guys to practice this long tail cast on, because it basically will be your go-to cast on for most of the patterns that you are going to see. And if the pattern doesn't specifically call out for a type of cast on, then I would definitely say this is the one that you should go with. If you guys have any questions in regards to this video, please let me know. I will be more than happy to answer any questions that you have about this video. And please like and subscribe. And I'll definitely be able to send you some more content in the future. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it.